You haven't rested for years. You are working hard to get that promotion, to build that bigger home, or to get to a number in your bank account. Because you know that that promotion will change your life. That bigger home will make sure that you have everything that you need, and that account balance will take care of everything. Your hard work is justified because it lays the foundation for a wonderful future. Just once, just this one time, let me climb that mountain and then I can rest. So you say, but I hope you realize that you have climbed enough mountains in your life already. Enough to understand that every time you climb one, you plan to climb a higher one the next time. Remember the time you toiled for the position you are currently on, or the day you got into your current home. You felt great, right? Happy, really happy. How long did that feeling last? A week? A few days? Hours maybe? And then you were off to new goals. There's a term for this in psychology. It's called the hedonic treadmill. It says that humans have a tendency to return to a relatively stable level of happiness or subjective well-being, despite changes in their circumstances or external conditions. But it's difficult to digest. It challenges everything we stand for. Why else are we working so hard? It's not your fault. And there is absolutely no problem in having these goals or being ambitious. It's good to have goals. They add meaning to our lives. But the issue with this belief is that once we get there, once we climb that mountain, once we catch that carrot, all our worries will magically disappear and we will live happily ever after. Because that is not how it works. Because when you think that way, you ignore everything around you and you become this all-consumed being who cannot be present in the moment ever. We become this person who can no longer see or feel what's around them as we are so consumed with the worries of the future. And that is the breeding ground of stress and anxiety. Eleanor Roosevelt had said, to be mature, you have to realize what you value most. Not to arrive at a clear understanding of one's own values is a tragic waste. You have missed the whole point of what life is for. So, if you value that promotion or that new house above everything else, then so be it. That is your value. There is nothing wrong about wanting that. At least you know what you care for above all. But if you are like me who values time spent with kids, with my friends and loved ones, then somewhere down the line, I would start to question the time I had spent all these years chasing something which wasn't even my primary value. And it's not that straightforward, right? Sometimes we don't even know what is our primary value or top values. We are just in this race, running, just running, chasing carrots which we may not even want. But we never paused to stop and think. If you can take just one thing out of this video, it would be to pause. Just pause. Stop running just for a while and think. Think and then write down your top 3 values. If you are not sure, then I would suggest this approach which worked well for me. Imagine you are too old, almost on your deathbed. Then what would you regret doing or not doing? Close your eyes and think about it. Pause the video if you have to. This simple act somehow clears everything. You somehow immediately start to recognize what you really want. Because when you are on your deathbed, there is no show-off. There is no pretense. It's your purest self with pristine desires. What do you see? If you see success at work, then sure, go for it. You are on the right track. What if you see something else? If you see regret of not spending time with kids, then stop running and think. Think, what can you do to not get those regrets later? With this activity, you came to the realization that you value spending time with friends and family. And it's not one versus the other. You also care for success in career. You don't have to trade your career versus family. All you need to do is to shift the balance based on your situation and priority. Shift the balance just a bit. Make time for what you care for. When I looked back from the perspective of my older self, I saw that regret and I made a promise to myself. The next time I am with my kids, I will be fully present. I will look them in the eyes with my complete attention and not while checking emails on my phone. Because kids grow really fast. And before I blink, they would be off chasing their own dreams. I want to cherish this little time that I have with them while they are still young and dependent on us. And all they really need is our presence. And if I can completely enjoy this present moment, that is pure happiness. Happiness that we chase so hard right there in front of our eyes. I hope I was able to put that point across. What do you think? Do share in the comments below. Don't forget to watch this video where we learn how to stop worrying and start living. Thanks a lot for watching and do subscribe to the channel for more videos on building a healthy mind, body and soul.